Tonight, on a special edition of Evening, take a tour of an environmentally friendly home.
The entire building was made from reclaimed lumber.
Harness the power of wind in Central Washington. And meet the Seattle woman reinventing life after death as we celebrate the eco-innovators making our planet better and greener.
Welcome to a special edition of Evening from Seattle's Bullitt Center, or more precisely, the roof of Seattle's Bullitt Center, the greenest commercial building in the world. I'm Jim Dever, and tonight it's a celebration of eco-innovators, starting with this place. Built 10 years ago to show maximum love for the planet, this is the home of the Bullitt Foundation. Deborah Sigler knows practically everything about this building and what makes it so green.
Given that we are in a climate catastrophe, we have to start changing our behavior, and changing behavior is hard for humans. The Bullitt Foundation decided to put their money where their mission is and build essentially a building that would be an example for the world. It's designed to produce 100% of the energy it consumes from the sun. 575 solar panels on the roof. This building is just an energy plant, making an enormous amount of energy. We get our power from the sun, but we get our heat from the ground. So we've got 26 geothermal wells on the first floor that are drilled 400 feet. Keeping the building cool in the summer is done passively. You can see here the windows are open. They're fully automated, working off of heat, moisture, CO2, and air quality sensors, and it tells the windows when to open. You can actually design, build, and operate buildings so that they mimic nature rather than destroying it.
So some of the biggest contributors to climate change are the buildings we live in that are not environmentally friendly. But here's a look at some Northwest homes that are going green.
Make your home an eco-friendly oasis.
Just like any traditional building, but it's healthier for you and the planet.
That's what you'll find here on the Northwest Green Home Tour. This Greenwood Seattle house was built in an existing backyard for a family member.
It's a detached accessory dwelling unit.
The low-carbon construction features triple-pane windows and recycled materials.
The entire building was made from reclaimed lumber.
This countertop was created with remnant ends from the home's framing lumber.
Other counters are recycled paper product too, called paper stone.
And the Wi-Fi-enabled circuit breaker analyzes power use right down to individual appliances.
Super energy efficiency.
The owner of this new build in Seattle's Blue Ridge neighborhood grew up in a house on this property.
Tore that one down and built a house that is super airtight, super energy efficient, but still pays homage to the old homes in the area.
Its classic craftsman style evokes warmth and tradition, but the high-quality green construction will save energy for generations to come.
Like this home has wood fiber exterior insulation behind the siding, keeping the house cool.
A spectacular sliding glass wall takes advantage of a cooling hilltop breeze and stunning Puget Sound view.
Create an indoor-outdoor experience so that you really feel like you're maximizing your home.
This remodeled home in Seattle's Central District is packed with eco-friendly technology, including 600 gallons of rainwater storage for urban farming.
The big story here is the electrification of the home.
An electric bike, electric grill, and even an electric sauna are all powered by a massive solar array, backed up with plenty of battery storage.
Everything they need is electrified.
This Bothell home uses what's called advanced building envelope design.
Vapor barriers within the walls that allow the house to breathe, so you're not trapping moisture within your walls. It's really healthy for the house and the occupants inside of it.
Smart controls keep the building in sync with the people who live here. A century-old home in Seattle's Ballard neighborhood is proof that you can teach an old house new tricks.
Non-toxic and super healthy to live in.
The remodel includes energy-efficient kitchen appliances, plenty of south-facing solar panels, and precision-cut window inlays, bringing the energy bill down to zero.
she doesn't have an electric bill.
No matter what your taste or budget, make your green dreams come true in an earth-friendly abode.
Building healthfully and building better.
All of those homes were featured on the Northwest Green Home Tour, which takes place every spring across Western Washington. By the way, you can tour the Bullitt Center. We have information up on our website, king5evening.com, to let you know just how to do that. And now Kim takes us on yet another eco tour, and this one will blow you away.
The Wild Horse Wind Facility just east of Ellensburg can generate enough electricity to power 70,000 homes a year. It also generates plenty of curiosity. This is one of the only wind farms in the nation that lets people get close to the 220-foot tall turbines.
People are just enthralled to be this close to them. They like the sound that they make, and the views are definitely probably the first thing people notice. We got Mount Rainier, Mount Adams, and on a clear day, Mount Hood in Oregon.
Puget Sound Energy owns this farm, and they share the 10,000 acres of windy shrub steppe desert with all kinds of recreation seekers.
People do a lot of hunting, hiking, horseback riding, even biking.
The Renewable Energy Center is free, and about 20,000 people visit every year. Visitors can actually get inside the base of a turbine. No climbing to the top, though. Fortunately for our crew, PSE is pretty proud of how they've harnessed clean, renewable energy. So Steve invites them to harness up.
We'll climb 220 feet to the top.
It's the most beautiful place in the world. If I only had a desk up here, life would be good.
The view from the top of a wind turbine is stunning, but the views from the ground are just as spectacular.
Thank you, Kim. The Wild Horse Wind Farm tours run April to October. Well, the changing climate has created quite a challenge for the world's bee populations, but Seattle City Light has a program that's creating quite a buzz.
It's not every day you stumble across a wildflower meadow in the heart of an urban neighborhood.
Here, we're able to make a difference.
When Seattle City Light needed to clean up the soil around this 80-year-old structure in Magnolia, they chose to go all natural.
And so we wanted to put in stuff that maybe was a little easier to maintain, required less water, less pruning, and things like that.
The result is the bee's knees, a pollinator paradise.
It's just added a lot of diversity to the neighborhood.
The landscape is carefully designed to create a colorful display year-round.
You know, even in wintertime, we wanted to maximize the amount of bloom time.
City Light has upgraded 2 of its other facilities with eco-friendly landscaping too.
And so we'd like to try to use that same concept in other areas of the city that we're kind of traditionally underserved.
Judging from the positive reaction from neighbors, both human and wild, look for more city spaces to make a beautiful return to nature.
And here's a different way you can use space. Find a balance.
That garden has had quite an effect beyond its borders. The entire neighborhood has seen an increase in butterflies, bees, and birds.
It's a new option for a final resting place. How this Seattle woman is reinventing life after death. Plus, the Northwest company making real diamonds in a lab. When Evening's Eco Innovators special returns.
Welcome back to a special edition of Evening celebrating our Northwest Eco Innovators. We're coming to you from the Ultra Green Bullitt Center, a building designed to last at least 250 years. Now, of course, the human lifespan is a lot shorter than that, so why not make ourselves useful when we're gone?
Inside this building, a Seattle woman is reinventing the business of death.
This is the gathering space.
Katrina Spade is the founder of Recompose, the first human composting company in the world. See, a standard burial or cremation is carbon intensive. Embalming adds toxins to the environment. And maintaining a cemetery is a resource-heavy use of land.
And I didn't want my last gesture to be a harmful one.
So Katrina created a process for natural organic reduction, or human composting, and advocated for its legal acceptance. In 2019, Washington became the first state in the nation to allow it.
We're not saying everyone has to have this option. We're saying let's add another option to the menu.
At the first facility of its kind anywhere, Recompose hosts what they call laying-in ceremonies. As you can see in these demonstration photos using models and a mocked-up dearly departed, the shrouded body is adorned with flowers and other organic materials. Before transitioning through an ornamental threshold.
And it is really a doorway.
Behind the scenes, the Recompose staff goes to work.
We call this the greenhouse, and we place a mixture of wood chips, alfalfa, and straw. The person's body is kind of cocooned in a mixture of plant material.
The body is then placed in one of these pods.
It is a sacred space,
where it begins its natural 2 to 3 month long transformation into healthy soil.
So about half of our families donate the soil to our conservation partner, which is a 700-acre forest in southern Washington. The other half come to Recompose here in Soto and pick up the soil.
Marie Eaton lost her brother Wayne in 2021.
I think of him almost daily.
As an avid gardener, Wayne made the choice to be composted, with the soil given to his family and friends.
Wayne is planted all over Seattle.
Where one life ends, others begin.
It turned out to be the perfect choice for him.
Human composting may not be for everyone, but it does provide a new and very old way to take life's final journey.
We are providing meaning for many people and comfort.
Human composting costs $7,000. That's a little more than the average cremation and a lot less than the average burial. You know, human life is fragile, but diamonds are forever. And there's an eco-innovator in Portland who wants to change the way you buy them.
Diamonds may sparkle, but many have a dark side. Mining them can leave a devastating impact on the environment, and the brutalities associated with conflict or blood diamonds is an even greater concern. But Portland resident Anamika Anderson wants to give shoppers more choice when it comes to buying diamonds.
I started Mia Donner & Company when I found out I had most likely purchased a conflict diamond. And that started my search for a conflict-free diamond, but I soon found out the only true conflict-free diamond was going to be one made in a lab.
Lab-grown diamonds start out as a cultivated carbon plate known as a seed. That seed is then pulverized with heat, chemicals, and gases that replicate the Earth's natural pressure process.
It is then cut, graded, and polished exactly the same as an earth-mined diamond would.
The final result, in just weeks instead of millions of years, a stone that is chemically and optically identical to earth-mined diamonds.
Even the Gemological Institute of America states that lab-grown diamonds are indistinguishable from earth-mined diamonds, even under a microscope.
Lab-made diamonds only make up 1 to 2% of the market now, but Anamika Anderson is betting the luster of her eco-friendly diamonds will only get more attractive.
This is truly the evolution of the diamond.
At least 10% of Mia Donna's profits go to communities in Africa to help them grow food instead of mine for diamonds.
Coming up, how these scientists are helping restore Puget Sound's salmon population.
Welcome back to a special edition of Evening celebrating our Northwest eco-innovators, like the people here at the Bullitt Center. They wanted to get guests to skip the energy-using elevator, so they made the stairwell one of the most beautiful parts of the building. Now, did you know that every May, Puget Sound gains 1 million new residents in one day?
Puget Sound, an endangered beauty.
So far, we're losing more habitat than we're restoring.
The salmon populations here have declined as much as 90% from their historic levels.
The habitat that supported all the coho runs that the tribes historically fished doesn't exist anymore.
So the original stewards of these sacred waters are leading the effort to defend them.
Accumulation of a lot of work.
For nearly 30 years, the Suquamish and Muckleshoot tribes have combined efforts to bring coho back to Puget Sound.
We raise these fish to replace the ones that don't exist anymore.
Each spring, they stock these Elliott Bay fish pens with healthy juveniles from an inland hatchery to prepare them for a life at sea.
And that's to acclimate the coho from that freshwater to saltwater transition.
Here, protected from predators for a full 3 months, they're given a chance to thrive.
We feed them, they triple in size. That allows them to be really healthy when they go out into the Puget Sound.
Survival rate goes way up.
Rob Purser is the Suquamish Fisheries Director and a tribal elder.
This is the backbone of our culture.
Today, he and his crew are about to release nearly 1 million healthy fish into Puget Sound. When the side of the pen is opened, the salmon head instinctively to sea.
They know.
Here they go. And they're off.
Bringing new life to a threatened ecosystem.
It is kind of like a goosebumps feeling, realizing that now there's about 1 million more fish in the Puget Sound than there were yesterday. It's a good feeling.
Okay, so that program increases the return rate of adult coho salmon to Elliott Bay by 60%. That's a lot of fish.
Got a broken appliance or a pair of ripped jeans? How you can get them fixed for free.
And we're back with our special edition of Evening all about eco-innovation. You know, we all want to keep our stuff out of landfills, and King County is sponsoring an event every month that's aimed at doing just that. I went on down to the Burien Library to check it out.
This is the 75th repair event.
To reduce waste and conserve resources.
If you have any household item that needs to be fixed,
tangible things that we live with every single day,
you are welcome to come. We have volunteers who we call fixers.
I like helping people and I like fixing things.
Our most common item that we work on at these events is lamps.
This part is lighting up, but not this part.
We're going to switch out the switch.
What if you switch your switch and then you have to switch it again? Then you have to switch the switch. What is your level of confidence on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I would say a resounding 11.
It needed hemming. It's a belly dance veil.
So many questions. There's undulation.
Undulations and shimmies, yeah.
Undulations and shimmies. Oh my gosh, wow. It sounds like that would be rough on fabric.
Because it's working and then it stops working.
Oh, Doobie Brothers. Absolutely. That's why it refuses to play 70s music. What is this thing?
It's a flash meter.
And why do you have any confidence that this guy can fix it?
I don't.
Thank you. This is a little pig. It's supposed to moo.
He walks forward and then he stops and then he oinks and then he
In that order.
Yes.
And we're with the television station. We have to get all the facts accurately. And it is a he, correct? Wait.
Yes, it is a he.
Yeah. That's a double A.
I bought these pants and they're too long.
Oh my gosh. So are you the hem specialist here today?
No, I hate hems.
She's right in front of you.
I know.
I have a toaster that doesn't want to toast.
Looks like the contacts are dirty.
Do you prefer your toast with jam or butter?
But you can't have just jam. It's got to be butter and jam.
No, absolutely not.
You got to have the butter as a base.
You can't use the butter as a base for jam. The flavors are not coherent. Butter and jam, lady.
I had to stitch the top so it wouldn't fray anymore.
All right, let's make sure it's working. Oh, very mysterious. What do we think, huh? You should hand out some business cards now, right away. You're going to an attractive toupee, maybe?
I'm sorry, man. We'll get back to fixing your device in 1 second.
Even the bottom's still not very toasted.
Well, knowing that you were going to misuse the toast by putting butter under your jam, I don't find this to be a real loss.
So I'm singing in this one karaoke.
You do karaoke?
Yeah, karaoke on this set. Goodbye, my love, for the island, 再见. I love you so I can say.
I don't know where I'm going with that.
Oh, he's good at this. Oh, very good. He's a natural. Yay, thank you. It works.
I feel good about myself every time I do these.
Bringing people together, the King County Repair Event. Right? Not impressed.
A very positive energy.
One stitch at a time.
Yeah, that's better.
No, I didn't get the sound of it. One more. 1, 2, 3. Much better. Thank you. Okay, so King County has an event like that just about every month. So if you have a broken zipper or vacuum or toaster, be sure to sign up and get it fixed and keep it out of the landfill. Thanks for joining us from the spectacular Bullitt Center. And remember, be kind to the planet.